This is Patrick Race reporting from Juneau, where a dense fog has locked legislators and constituents out of the capital city.
Sorry.
Damn it, Lou. In his State of the State address, Governor Sean Parnell declared this, the education session. The governor's proposals to eliminate the state exit exam and increase funding for schools were met with optimism, but he sparked controversy with his support of SJR 9, a vote on a constitutional amendment that would allow public money to be used in funding private and religious schools. Some believe this would harm public schools and go against the spirit of our state constitution. Let's listen to a few words from former legislator, lieutenant governor, and delegate to the State Constitutional Convention, Jack Coghill.
I believe that we should take direct steps to maintain a free public education not encroached upon by any quarter. I do not deny the right of people to have their own schools. However, I think that we should always look to the interests of the founders of our nation when they brought about the separation of church and state.
But there are other opinions. With us today, Bjorn Snorsgaardsen, head thane of the Mighty Thor e-learning School of Business Management and Vocational Tech.
Well met, good sir.
Hello, and welcome to the show, Mr. Snorsgaardsen. Perhaps you could begin by telling us a little bit about your school.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Patrick, we are deeply rooted in traditional values and education. Our philosophy emphasizes the 4 R's: reading, writing, arithmetic, and Ragnarok.
Who is Ragnarok?
Obviously, you had a public education. Some of us do not desire that our children be reared without knowledge of Fenrir the Wolf, Bifrost the Rainbow Bridge, or the great and powerful Odin, the All-Father.
Fair enough, but why do you think we should be using public funds to pay for religious institutions like yours? What about the separation of church and state? And not to mention the inefficiency of splitting our education dollars among hundreds of specialized schools.
You prattle on! This vexes me greatly. No more talk! Ah!
Okay, where did he go? All right, well, I don't know why people are always leaving in the middle of my interviews. I think that our Hello, we're back. And we have Walter McWalter from the consulting firm American Privatization Experts. Thank you for joining us, Mr. McWalter.
Pat, it's a pleasure to be here in your non-government studio.
Can you give us your analysis on the governor's plan to shift public money to private schools?
Well, it's a great start, but we can do a lot more for Alaskans. Children are our most valuable resource, but what's our third most valuable resource? Salmon. And the public salmon system just doesn't work.
The public salmon system, you mean the Department of Fish and Game?
That's right. We're seeing huge declines in our public schools of salmon. The biologists claim that it's because the state has been systematically underfunding the department for years. But I say it's time for Alaskans to have a choice in who looks after their salmon.
Okay, but if we give public funds to private groups, won't that decrease the amount of money Fish and Game receives?
No, no, no. We're proposing an increase in the base salmon allocation. The only change is that Fish and Game will now have to step up and compete with private industry. With more options, everybody wins.
Won't that money be spread thin over so many groups? Why not just fully fund Fish and Game at the levels they've requested and give them some time to see if that makes a difference?
Pat, most Alaskans feel like the current public system just doesn't match up with their personal values. A lot of biologists are making decisions based on things like evolution. And some Alaskans don't want their salmon exposed to that kind of thinking.
Okay, it sounds like a contentious issue, but I'm sure that if we work together in a spirit of compromise, we can find the best solution for our salmon and our children. We'll be right back!
Alaskans look out for each other, but some of us have fallen on hard times. That's why this year, when you get your PFD, dig deep, deeper than what might feel responsible. We're the Pebble Mine. We could really use some money. Pick, click, give. The Pebble Mine.
Welcome back to Alaska Robotics News. You know, some people say we're not real reporters, but today we have our first exclusive, probably the scoop of the session. Representative Beth Kurtula has resigned from the Alaska legislature. Please join me in welcoming former Representative Beth Kurtula. Representative Kurtula, why have you chosen to break the story here on Alaska Robotics News?
Well, actually, that's not what's happening at all. I announced my retirement 2 weeks ago almost, and I've talked to dozens and dozens of reporters since then. And you know, I think, yeah, you guys were kind of last on my list.
Fascinating.
Yeah, so given that, is there any way you can stop this the music and the graphics of the breaking news from happening? It's just really distracting.
Yeah, okay, guys, shut it down. No, not all the way down. We need the regular lights on, please. All right, thanks, guys. So, tell us, Beth, why are you really leaving? Is it because you worked so hard last session to pass a massive giveaway to the petroleum industry? And now you're off to receive your oily reward, a cushy fellowship at Stanford.
No, in fact, I voted against SB 21 and I would do it again. So who does your research?
I do my research on the internet, all by myself. For example, aren't you a former oil attorney?
Yeah.
And aren't all the people in the oil industry just one massive gang of corrupt and selfish capitalists with no regard for the pain and suffering they leave in their horrible oily wake?
You know, that's not right either. Like anything else, there are both good and bad people in the oil industry. Calling them all evil is no more productive to Alaska than, you know, mindlessly trusting them, which is unfortunately what we did last session with SB 21. Now we're playing craps with our future and we're losing.
Ah, I see. So, do you enjoy craps? Is that why you're leaving? I'm more of a blackjack man myself, but I've been known to roll the bones from time to time.
No, I'm going to Stanford to study ocean issues and help shape ocean policy for the nation, including Alaska.
Stanford, I've heard of that. Do they even have craps there? I would have picked Las Vegas myself.
No craps, no gambling, just ocean issues and policy.
I know a little bit about ocean policy. Is it true that once you're a mile offshore, you can pretty much gamble as much as you want?
Yes, according to BP.
Thank you, Beth. We wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors. And you don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these important messages from our sponsors.
Alaska, known for its majestic scenery, its deadly wildlife, and its tales of epic survival. Here in this dangerous land, dire consequences are around every corner. And nowhere is that more true than on the untamed streets of the capital city, where finding a parking space is a matter of life and death. In this blood sport, all it takes is one moment of lost concentration. From Exploding Igloo Productions, the sons of bitches who brought you Rippin' Wild, comes the latest tale of those who skate on the razor blade of life in the far north. Harkin' Wild, Alaska.
Whether delivering your Amazon packages or dive bombing a village full of insurgents, drones seem to be everywhere these days. Alaska has been selected as a drone test site, and several pieces of legislation touch on drone policy. Here at Alaska Robotics, we're often asked, where are the robots? I want a robot. Why are you such dirty liars? In answer to your question, we are proud to present the latest weapon in our battle for truth. A state-of-the-art reporting tool, the digital robotic omnipresent news entity, or Droney. Now let's go to Droney Live, reporting from the Senate Finance meeting. Yes, I can see you're in the forest. What happened to the finance meeting? Okay, no need to use that kind of language. Yes, I'm sure we could all use a firmware upgrade. Ooh! Okay, well, there you have it, the perils of emerging technologies. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll have Droney patched up, and in the meantime, let's go to one of our favorite human correspondents, Jack Dalton. All right, welcome to Rural Beat, an exciting new segment where we explore the lives of our friends and neighbors in rural Alaska. Today we travel to Quinnahock, a village of about 700 people, located 100 miles downriver from Bethel. Students in Quinnahock have developed their first dance group in nearly 100 years, and with us to share their exciting story is rural correspondent, Yupik storyteller, Jack Dalton.
The Yupik village of Quinnahock, located at the mouth of the world-famous Kanihtuk River fishing stream, has existed for more than 1,000 years, and is believed to be one of the first villages on the lower Kuskokwak River to have contact with European invaders. The villagers lived heartily off the land and sea and had a rich history of dance until 1893, when a Moravian mission was built in the area and their culture was incrementally destroyed and slowly replaced by Christianity, satellite television, and internet cat videos.
Okay, well that's an incredibly depressing take on their history, but it sounds like efforts towards cultural revitalization are well underway.
That it is, Pat. Just last year, students at the school obtained permission from village council elders to start a Yupik dance group. After over 100 years of banning dance, the elders' council agreed, provided the dances were only social and cultural and not spiritual in any way. This was an easy request to fulfill, as nearly all memory of traditional dance in this village had been lost to time, due to the rapid and total conversion of the village to Christianity after the flu epidemic of 1917 and 18 that left tens of thousands of Alaska natives dead.
Okay, well, it's certainly uplifting to see the young people of Quinnahock working to rebuild their culture.
Yes, it's incredible, Pat. These brave young people are dancing away over 100 years of cultural and spiritual oppression, just like in Footloose.
Footloose.
Kevin Bacon, dancing, Moravian Town. Do you know anything about history, Pat? Like the name Kuskokwim is a bastardization of the Yupik Kuskokwak, or Big Cough. So every time you talk about the Kuskokwim River, you are unwittingly referring to the flu epidemic brought by outsiders that nearly wiped Alaska natives off the face of the earth. Reporting from Quinnahock, Kanihtukmi, Kuskokwakmi, Yupit Nunat, this is Jack Dalton. Doichlu.
Okay, well, that was Jack Dalton reporting from Quinnahock, and we're just going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back after these messages.
Strong women, stronger Alaska. Alaska strong. Alaska strong. Strength. Alaska strong. Strong. It grows stronger, and it's getting stronger by the day. Keep Alaska strong. 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 Make Alaskans strong. Strong. A strong Alaska. A strong Alaska. A strong Alaska. A strong Alaska. Keep Alaska strong. Thank you and good night.
Hey Sean, it's me again. How was your week? Mine was awesome. I gave the best State of the State speech last week. In the mightiest state, in the most exceptional nation, in the history of Earth. Mom and Auntie Z were there, and I pretty much crushed it. I hope I didn't blow too many minds with all my ideas. Pound sign, kaboom. The ownership section really hit home. With Alaska owning a stake in the gas line, we'll be strong this year. Alaska strong. I can't believe we made up that super sweet tagline. We should make some of those rubber bracelets. Oh yeah, and education? Rocked it. No one should ever have to go to East High ever again. Or have to take stupid English from stupid Miss McGonagall. Well, keep making Mama proud. Smile even when you're mad. And stay strong. Alaska strong. Copyright Sean Parnell. P.S. We are definitely ordering those bracelets.
All right, we're back, and it's time to fire up the old moderator M9000. Well, look at that. It's Bill Wilikowski and Peter Machicki, two names that are hard to pronounce and even harder to align politically. Fortunately, with the galvanized blades of the moderator M9000, even the most diametrically opposed views can be blended to form the perfect moderate. Meet Beater Wilicicki. So suave. And this is the education session, so let's spice up the education committee with a little Representative Tammy Wilson, and bam! Goot it up a notch with David the Goot Gutenberg. Say hello to Goody Wilsonberg. That's a one, a spicy moderate. Yeehaw! Thanks for tuning into our show. Thanks to our sponsors. If you'd like to sponsor the show, please contact us. You can always send us news tips at hotnewstipsforyou@alaskarobotics.com. That's news with letter Z, the number 4, and the letter U. Have a great night.
Thank you, Juno. Gunoshish. It's been a great 15 years. I've enjoyed almost every minute of it, but it's been a sincere joy to represent you and the rest of the district from Petersburg right up to Skagway. And it's hard to be gone, but it'll be a short time and I'll be home. So here's to a great community.